kind of cool to be able to sit and chat about her music with people who love her music and love to play her music. And I always admired the work that you do after seeing it on the Facebook Joni Mitchell Facebook page. You're always really studious and learning a song every week, it seems like, and posting.
Oh, it's gotten more so that way that I've gotten, and I think sometimes the songs pick me instead of me trying to figure out what to do next. All of a sudden, something will just pop into my mind. So that's really nice that Joni guides us or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good. So I think I lost the coin toss, so or I won the coin toss, so I'm going to go first. And this song is actually one from kind of the later years, in the 80s. And I forget which record is it? Wild Things Run Fast. I don't know. It's a song called Dream Flat Tires, which I always really enjoyed. It's a fun band tune, but it's also fun to play solo. It came to pass just like lightning striking from above. Electric flashes like lightning striking from above. Struck by precious love, precious, precious love, so hopeless, so inspired. Before you dream flat tires, dream flat tires, dream flat tires. Well, a jacket is prayer, trying to get to where love is. Coming in on a wing and a prayer, trying to get to where love is. And the love is precious love. You said it was precious love. First you felt my fire. Before you dream flat tires, dream flat tires, dream flat tires. A woman should bounce back easy, but a man can break both his legs. Do you tell me this to tease me, or just to hear me be? Please don't go. I know that you love me. I'm really gonna let love be. Just a vague flirtation or extra special company. As love is precious love. You said it was precious love. First you felt my fire. Before you dream flat tires, dream flat tires, dream flat tires. Cause I know that you love me. When you gonna let love be? Just a vague flirtation or extra special company. As love is precious love. Everybody knows it's precious when first you felt that fire. Before you dream flat tires, dream flat tires, dream flat tires. Before you dream flat tires, dream flat tires, dream flat tires. A flat tires, flat tires.
Woo! That was hot. That was really, really nice. I love the jazzy.
It lends itself to jazz, especially that era. She was so smoky and cool, and you know, I like that.
Yeah, I think she was successful at everything personally. I don't have an unfavorite period myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
So, of course, I'll go totally in the other direction. I think I'm going to do the longest, hardest one, just get it done. And it came from Courtney Spark, which is one of the greatest songs I think she ever wrote was Down to You.
Mm,
I'm going to try to pull that off right now.
great.
Okay, so here we go. Things that you held hard and told yourself were true, lost or changing as the days come down to you, down to you. Constant stranger, you're a kind person, you're a cold person too. It's down to you. You go down to the pickup station, craving warmth and beauty. You settle for less than fascination, and a few drinks later you're not so choosy. When the closing lights strip off the shadows on this strange new flesh you found, clutching the night to you like a fig leaf, you hurry to the blackness and the blankets to lay down an impression and your loneliness. In the morning there are lovers in the street, they look so high. You brush against a stranger and you both apologize. Old friends seem indifferent, you must have brought that on. All bonds are broken down, love is gone. Ooh, love is gone, written on your spirit, the sad song. Love is gone. Everything comes and goes. Pleasure moves on too early, trouble leaves too slow. Just when you're thinking you finally got it made, bad news comes knocking at your garden gate, knocking for you. Constant stranger, you're a brute, you're an angel, you can crawl, you can fly too, it's down to you. It all comes down to you.
That
for
was so beautiful. That's
yeah.
really, that's quite a beautiful song. One of my friends wants me to learn that, and that's like, wow, that's an epic. That might take me a while. You did a
Yeah, but
beautiful job.
it's fun to work out that orchestral middle part on the piano, though. That is fun.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So I love this song Chelsea Morning because it just is so evocative of her early fresh style when she was in her 20s, probably living
Right.
in Chelsea, New York, and in the 60s, and you can see an apartment filled with colored beads and paisley and cinnamon incense and just the bustling of activity of just all this artistic creative essence of songwriters and poets and painters and what a great time to be alive. And even though I think she discounts this song as being like the work of an ingenue, I think I read that somewhere. I think it's really refreshing. I love it.
I love it too.
All right, I'm gonna get started. Woke up, it was a Chelsea morning, and the first thing that I heard was a song outside my window. And traffic roared words, it came ringing up like Christmas bells, and wrapped me up like pipes and drums. Oh, won't you stay one more day, or wear it till the night comes? Woke up, it was a Chelsea morning, and the first thing that I saw was a sun through yellow curtains and a rainbow on the wall. Red, blue, green, and gold to the Bermudas and crystal beads that beckon. Oh, won't you stay one on a day? 'Cause the sun show every second. Now the curtain opens on a portrait of today, and the streets are filled with passerbys, and pigeons fly, and papers lie, waiting to fly away. Woke up, it was a Chelsea morning, and the first thing that I knew, there was milk and toast and honey, and a bowl of oranges too, and the sun poured through like butterscotch, and stuck to all my senses. Oh, won't you stay one on a day? We're talking present tenses. When the curtain closes and the rainbow runs away, I will bring you incense cells at night by candlelight, but you will light if only you will stay. Pretty baby, won't you wake up? It's a Chelsea morning. Wake up, it's a Chelsea morning. Wake up, it's a Chelsea morning. Wake up, it's a Chelsea morning.
I love that song just as much as you do because it's so evocative of New York and just it's such a happy sounding song and
And the words, my favorite line ever is the sun poured through like butterscotch and stuck to all my senses. That's just so delicious.
but anyway, when Hejira came out, I really related to it because Joni to me is she's kind of a brilliant spirit, but she's kind of a tortured person. I feel like she was always a little cursed because she can be accepted by men as an equal, and yet she wanted to have these passionate love affairs being a Scorpio, you know. And I think she was always bumping heads maybe with some of these guys because she was a threat. She was so good, you know,
Oh
and
yeah.
so strong.
How could she? How could she not? You know. I mean, uh,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, at least David
making
Crosby
strong
and
artists.
Graham Nash realized how gifted she was and gave her her due, but I think it intimidated a lot of people as well, you know.
I
And she
agree.
wasn't exactly soft spoken about how
No.
she felt. And so she paid the price in a way, and that was the era we lived in. But I can relate to how she feels like never really loved. And I mean, I feel like that sometimes, even though, you know, I'm happily married and all that. I feel like sometimes maybe I related to her a lot, and I know a lot of people do. And that's one of her amazing gifts is that she's universal. So many people
Yeah.
can relate to
I
her.
think what I love and what gave me more freedom to play her music, and you know, because I don't look like her, I don't necessarily sound like her, but I love how my instrument, um, you know, uses her songs as a vehicle, you know, to express myself. And I think she said somewhere that, you know, if you hear my
Hmm.
music, well, if you hear my songs and you hear,
Think about me.
you
That's what
think
she said.
about me, you missed the point, you know, but if you hear my
Or
songs,
I didn't do my job because
yeah,
you're
I didn't
supposed
really do
to
my
do
job. So it was something like that. But if you see yourself, then that's the point. And I feel like I see myself through her songs, and when I play them, I I I just feel better. I don't know what it is. It's like, and I love playing my own songs too. So,
But
um,
I agree. I know what you're saying because, well, her material is so fabulous that how could you not feel good when you're playing it? You know, the
but there
gift.
are songs, you know, that resonate with you more than others because of personal experience. And I'm going to play one of those later, you know, that, and tell that story of like how this is me. You know, this song is me growing up for sure.
But also, Hijira is really. I mean, I know so many people just love this song, but I just. It's not Hijira. It's the Amelia. About
Oh yeah,
everything
Amelia.
falls for her. So I thought I'd do that on the piano.
Okay.
I was driving across the burning desert when I spotted 6 jet planes. They made 6 white vapor trails across the bleak terrain. It was the hexagram of the heavens. It was the strings of my guitar. Amelia was just a false alarm. The drone of flying engines is a song so wild and blue. It scrambles time and seasons if it gets through to you. And your life becomes a travelogue, a picture postcard charms. Amelia was just a false alarm. People will tell you where they've been. They'll tell you where to go. But till you get there yourself, you never really know. Where some have found their paradise, others just come to harm. Amelia, it was just a false alarm. I wish that he was here tonight. It's so hard to obey his sad request of me to finally stay away. So this is how I hide the hurt as the road leads cursed and shine. Amelia, it was just a false alarm.
swallowed by the sky or by the sea. Like me, she had dreamed to fly. Like Icarus ascending on beautiful foolish arms. Amelia was just a false alarm. Maybe I've never really loved. I guess that is the truth. I've spent my whole life in clouds at icy altitudes and looking down on everything. I crashed into his arms. Amelia was just a false alarm. I pulled into the Cactus Tree Motel to shower off the dust, and I slept on the strange pillows of my wanderlust. I dreamed of 747s over geometric farms. Dreams, Amelia, dreams and false alarms.
Hi. I think I picked all the longest songs, didn't I?
That is a lot. I was remembering how many verses that
Seven
has.
verses, I know. Song for Sharon is 9 verses. She's just so long.
Wow. Yeah, I thought Coyote had a lot of verses. No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful to hear on piano.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Nice.
like that. Well, shoot, what shall I do? I think maybe I'll do the song that I mostly relate to. I was going to say on Amelia, not that it's the same exact subject matter, but it reminds me of a song that I wrote about a female pilot who gets lost up in the clouds and crashes, and a glacier in Alaska. It would be a fun one, in another concert to play some originals that are inspired, that remind you of Joni's music. I know we had talked about doing that.
Yeah. Fun.
But this next song is it's called Blonde in the Bleachers, and I love it because I grew up in the 70s and I went to every rock concert at all the famous venues at the time, like the Forum and the Long Beach Arena and the Swing Auditorium, and I went to the California Jam, in 1974. Sat with all those people, crazy people, spent the night there.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah, it was
I
nutty.
went. I didn't go to Woodstock, but I went to Altamont. That's kind
Yeah,
of the same.
there you go. So I never needed to do that
Right.
again. But
Yeah.
point being is that I had such a crush on all those rock and roll musicians, and I loved musicians, and I loved the energy of the music, and um, growing up and becoming one, and living my life as one has been such a amazing journey. Um, and this song just reminds me of being, 16 years old and sitting in the Forum looking at Robert Plant, on stage. And we know when they look over your direction, you think for sure they're looking at you.
Oh, they have to.
Hi, I'm right here. And I had pretty light blonde hair at the time, and I just like, oh, she was singing my song. Um,
I love this song too, so I'm glad you're doing it.
all right.
Blood in the bleachers, she flips her hair for you. Above the loudspeakers, you start to fall. She follows you home, but you miss living alone. You can still hear sweet mysteries calling.
I love all that improvising that you do at the end. I've heard you do that a couple times in your songwriters living room showcase.
Oh,
So
thank
that
you.
sounded really,
Thank you.
really.
It's one of our when we do it with the band, for our shows. I started off, and then my guitar player plays the sitar.
Oh,
He goes crazy, and it's really fun. It's just a fun song to play solo. You can lose yourself in it, and then it's a really fun song to jam out on as well. So thank you for that. All right, what are you gonna play?
well, I want to figure out how to lace some little story into this, although it's just from the time period. I think conversation came from
Oh
Ladies of the
yeah,
Canyon, right?
I
And
love this.
I also want to do Ladies of the Canyon, but we'll see how the time goes because this one is easier to play.
Well,
But
we
it
can
was
always
fun,
do this again. I'm totally game to like this to have
very fun.
another session.
I wanted to tell you my little mini story. This is actually true, and some people might get a kick out of this. Um, so, it was early 70s, and I had a big crush on Steve Stills, speaking of the blonde and the bleachers. And I always picture her singing it to him for some reason, even though I know they weren't really romantically involved. But I really, really had a crush on Steve Stills, and I loved Joni Mitchell because I was singing her stuff. But meanwhile, I ran into this girl one day in the donut shop, which was a place in Isla Vista where UCSB was. And this girl with long red hair, she comes up and goes, "Oh, my name's Sunshine, and I'm a witch, and I painted a picture of Graham Nash, like off the front of that first Crosby, Stills, Nash album, and it's really good. And I want to get it to him." I go, "I'm your girl, and we'll figure it out." So I went over to her house and looked at it, and it was really good. It was oil painting of him in that big fuzzy coat, that hood. So we figured out how to go down to LA, and it's a long story, but we ended up going into Warner Brothers studios where they were rehearsing on a set for They Shoot Horses, Don't They? Remember that Jane
Ah,
Fonda movie?
yeah.
And How Long Will They Last? And this was the configuration of the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Dallas Taylor on, I think it was drums, and I forget who on the bass. But so they were practicing. We got to go in with all those guys and show
Oh, how
Graham Nash the
fun.
painting. He's like, "Wow!"
Did he
And
like it?
Elliot Roberts says, "No, you girls have to go now." And David Crosby walked in late, and he turns around, does this big double take on me. I'm like, "Oh no," because I didn't care about him at all. It turns out that I bear a resemblance to the girl that he was in love with who got killed in the car accident just recently.
Oh,
Hey, there's your kitty in the
hey,
background.
Goody. Hi, Goody. Right on.
It's a girl,
Perfect cue.
right? It's
Yeah.
a girl.
Her
Mine's a
name's
boy.
her name's Binks.
Anyway, so I got to meet them and hang out. We went up to Joni's house to give Graham a ride up there, but she was gone because we had a fight.
Oh,
But just my luck, she
yeah.
wasn't there. But I got to go in her house, and it was so magical and beautiful.
Wow, that's so cool. That's great.
So
All
anyway, this reminds me of that era, right?
right, I'm gonna mute.
Okie dokie. Put me big on the screen.
I'm trying.
He comes for conversations, and I comfort him sometimes. Comfort and consultation. He knows that's what he'll find. I bring him apples and cheeses, and he brings me songs to play. He sees me when he pleases, and I see him in cafes, and I only say hello. I turn away before his lady knows how much I want to see him. She removes him like a ring to wash her hands. She only brings him out to show her friends. And I want a that's how our time began. Love is a story told to a friend. It's secondhand, but I'll listen to his questions. I'll give my answers when they're found. He says that she keeps him guessing, but I know she keeps him down. She speaks in sorry sentences, miraculous repentances. I don't believe her. Tomorrow he will come to me, and he'll speak his sorrow endlessly, and he'll ask me why. Well, why can't I leave her? He comes for conversations, and I comfort him sometimes. Comfort and consultation. He knows that's what he'll find. He knows that's what he'll These things go out of tune so fast. That's the one thing about the tuning. I could hear it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's good. Gave it a little effect. It's like, but it wasn't
Yeah, it gives it a little natural.
natural chorus thing. No, it's fine.
Find
That's
it that
pretty.
way, right?
Your voice sounds so pretty on that. We were talking about like some questions you had prompted, have some good ideas for conversation starters, and this probably knocks out two of them. One is in 1993, I had just recorded my first record, and it was my first original record, and I was super proud, of the songs, and it was just a big deal, and I put so much love into every one of them, and they were just my heart and soul, and I painted the cover. I'm an artist as well. So here I'm a songwriter and an artist. And I painted this like red coyote up on a giant lone rock. And, it's on the cover of the record. And because much to my record labels, like horror, they wanted to put my face on it, of course, and I'm like, no, I want to put this painting. And so I meet her at a birthday party for Don Henley. So I happened to be good friends with his band. We'd all been on the road together. We were all friends. So I got invited. And it was a huge party. It was like 300 people in his house in the Hollywood Hills. And but a lot of different people there, of course. But I'm sitting across at the table outside, and I'm eating. And I look across me, and it's Joni Mitchell. I'm like, oh my God, it's Joni Mitchell, with her like handler, her assistant. And she's just really kind of, looking around and eating. And I'm thinking, now's my chance, like to talk to her about my record. And just like, I feel like we're sisters. Yeah, anyway, I didn't get too exuberant. I kind of felt the water out. But I was like, yeah, I'm a songwriter. I just made a record and, my own songs, and I painted the cover. And as I'm talking, I saw her eyes just drift off somewhere else. And I just went, and she's gone. She's like, I got to find Don. I have a birthday present for him. And she got up and like walked away in the middle of my sentence. I was like,
oh. You got to sympathize with her, though, because how many people come up to her saying things like that?
I had to laugh that I even had the audacity to even speak to her.
Well, I did. I think it's funny. I think it's so cute. I went and saw Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and then I went backstage after, because I know the band, right? And I was sitting there, just taking it all in, and Joni was standing right next to me talking to somebody else, and then she looked over and she had on this two-piece like a skirt and blouse that was made out of burlap, and it was just really unusual. I looked up at her and I said, "Wow, I really like your outfit." And I didn't even say hi. I'm in, blah, anything. I just was. Why should I tell her anything about me? So I said, "I really like your outfit." She goes, "Oh yeah, I made it myself." So I mean, it was really cool. She's making her burlap clothes, and she's
Yeah.
always had that sense of style. You see her unusual
Just an
way she
unusual
dresses.
sense of style.
I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, I don't like the way she dresses on me, but it looks great on her. So,
Well, I like the
so
early stuff, you know. I liked her
well,
turquoise
yeah.
and dresses and things like that. I like
Oh,
the
and the
pink dress.
green, the thing on for the roses, that green velour outfit or velvet outfit with the boots, I take that.
Yeah. Came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road. I asked him, "Hey, where are you going?" This he told me, "Going down to Yesker's farm. Gonna join me a rock and roll band. Gonna camp out on the land and set my soul free." And we are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. They cannot walk beside you. I have come here to lose a small. I'm gonna feel like I'm just a cog in something turning. Maybe it's the time of year, maybe it's the time of man, but I don't know who I am, but life is for learning. And we are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden.
what you did with that. It's so
Psychedelic.
jazzy. It's very cool, very cool.
Oh, the bells are tolling.
So that's my bells, or they're tolling every 15 minutes.
Really, the music has inspired me so very, very much as an artist, as a person. And again, playing it just makes me really happy. So,
And yeah, I know, I hear you because, even though I tell that little vignette about how I actually did talk to her for a minute, people always say, I really want to meet her and I wish I could talk to her for a while. And I really feel like there's nothing to really say because, first of all, she says it all through her music to us and we know her so well. Whereas there's so many of us. She doesn't need to know everyone. She just needs to know, and she doesn't even need to know that we love her music because it's obvious. And so
yeah.
there's really nothing to say to Joni except thank you. And
Yeah, and which,
so
like I said, we're all just cruising through this world, but doing the best we can. We don't always get it right, but as we close, this is the last day of 2020. We've had a really, really difficult year, but in some ways, but in other ways, had a chance to find some peace, hopefully, and be introspective and be grateful for what we have. And I'm super grateful for the people, the things in my life, and the journey that I've reached at the end of this year. And I wish everybody a super happy 2021, and where we get beyond these challenges and start to get out and be able to be together again face to face. And I'll still be here doing these online concerts too, but it'll be fun to get out to the clubs again. So
have I muted yet? Okay, I just wanted to add to that. Yeah, Happy New Year. And Kiki, it's just wonderful that this pandemic, as horrible as it's been, has led us to do a lot of online music. And I feel like so many more people are having an opportunity to be seen and heard
I
that
agree.
don't get gigs. And it's wonderful, and I'm glad that it led me to you because I feel I have a lot of connection to you just somehow.
Yeah.
I'm traveling in some vehicle. I'm sitting in some cafe. A defector from the petty wars that shall suck love away. Well, there's comfort in melancholy when there's no need to explain. It's just as natural as the weather in this moody sky today. In our possessive coupling, so much could not be expressed. So now I am returning to myself. These things that you and I suppressed, I see something of myself in everyone, just at this moment of the world. The snow gathers white bolts of lace, waltzing on a ballroom girl. You know it never has been easy. Whether you do or you do not resign, whether you travel the breadth of extremities or skip to some straighter line. Now here's a man and a woman sitting on a rock. They're either gonna thaw out or freeze. Listen, strains of Benny Goodman coming through the snow, and the
artificial between the forceps and the stove. Well, in the church they light the candles, and the wax rolls down like tears. There is the hope and the hopelessness I've witnessed all these years. We're only particles of change, I know, orbiting around the sun. But how can I have that point of view when I'm always bound, tied, and in love with someone? White flags of winter chimneys, waving truce against the moon. In the mirrors of a modern bank, from the window of my hotel room, I'm traveling in some vehicle, I'm sitting in some cafe, a defector from the penny wars, until love sucks me back that way. It just makes you realize what an incredible genius this woman was. I'll just never get over it, you know.
I know. I know.
Hmm.
And then we could spend our whole life just learning her songs, right?
Which would be okay with me. I'll throw in a few of my own there. I'll be really happy. But God bless you for asking me to do this, Kiki. I think it was you, but I mean,
Yeah.
what an honor and a privilege.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody. Happy New Year.
And black cats rule, baby.
Black Cats.